Hey YouTube, it's the morning brew. Happy Monday. Happy freaking Monday. Oh yeah, another new shirt. Yep. Iron Man. So, got a little bit of sharing, got a little bit of stories, got a little bit of the usual humdingers around here. Once again, happy dreaded Monday. Or was it? Mundane Mondays. You know what's sad? I got up this morning and I'm picking out my mug to have my coffee, and I realized, I wore an Iron Man shirt. Yeah, I've got to pick it up the Winnie the Pooh cup versus the Star Wars cups. That's where for a moment I stopped and thought, wow, Star Wars, Disney, Marvel, whichever one I'm picking out, I paid the money to the same wallet. Since they're all owned by them, by the same Disney corporate. All I need now is a Muppet shirt. Then I'd have it all. Anyways, quick sharing and all the good stuff. Over the weekend, I had a daddy-daughter date with my girls. I took them to the swap meet, or some of you on the East Coast might know as the flea market. And then, got up at 6:20 in the morning. Got showered, got dressed, got them out of the house. Got there about 8. It took about an hour to get ready. I expected it. And it's perfect because we got there and people were barely setting up, which was nice because that meant we got to walk through quickly. I was on the search for only a couple of things. First one being a Game Boy Advance SP charger for my NES Classics Game Boy Advance SP. Took me a while to find it, by the way. Found it in 3 different locations. First guy wanted $5. Couldn't assure me that it worked. So I was like, it's a good deal. It's about the price you pay on Amazon, but I guarantee the Amazon one will work, or I'll get my money back or get another one. Go to the next guy, $10. Also can't guarantee me it'll work, and I'm not going to pay double what the Amazon costs. Because I sat there and pulled out my phone and went, look, I can buy it for $5 online, free shipping. I'd rather give you the money if you're willing to negotiate here. And he goes, no, I'm asking for 10. Okay. Then no go. Not kidding when I say that I go to the stall next to him. He's got tons of chargers on the table, including game console adapters. And I said, do you have one for the SP? He goes really quick, no, I don't. It's the only one I don't have. The guy next to me probably does, though, pointing in the opposite direction of the previous gentleman. I go next door and the guy's got tons of 2DSs and all kinds of video game stuff. And I thought, great, reseller. Probably going to jip me on the price, and again, probably won't guarantee me it works. But at this point, it'd been 2 hours of searching. And I figured, okay, if he tells me $5 and can somehow guarantee me that I can come back next week and tell him, hey, this thing's a piece of crap. Well, this guy, I asked him, and he goes, no, I don't think I have any. They're not in much high demand lately. Which, I can understand. The DS played a Game Boy Advance game, so why would you bother? Well, I like my NES Classics one. And he goes, wait, hold on, I think in my backpack I might have one. I have a bunch of extra chargers in my backpack that I keep around for just in case. No kidding when I say he pulls out the only SP charger. I say, how much you want for it? He's like, give me $3. It's the only one I have, and I really don't need to hold on to it. And I thought, wow, an honest reseller. It's fresh, breath of fresh air. And I said, and in my mind I thought quickly, $3. If it doesn't work, screw it. I'll just buy one on Amazon for $5 or $6. And he goes, oh, no, hold on, don't go yet. Let me. Do you have the Game Boy with you? I'm like, yeah. It's not charged or anything. And he's like, yeah, hold on, let me make sure the charger works. I don't want to send you off with a broken charger. Tested it, worked, loved it, paid him $3, went on my way. Second thing I was looking for, good Game Boy Advance Game Boy Advance games. I missed out on a lot of them back in those days. Mostly because the original Game Boy Advance sucked. You know, the bar of soap looking one. The screen was dark and it was horrible. The Game Boy Advance SP I have isn't that great either. It's a front lit screen, so it looks And yeah, I could pull out a 2DS and play it. But it's alright, I'll deal with it. But the funny thing is that everywhere I went that had Game Boy Advance SP games, during the entire aisle, I had a guy following me the whole time, trying to jump 2 steps ahead of me to try and nab up whatever he could. I don't know if he was a reseller or just a guy trying to find good games. Didn't matter. He'd go to one stall, and if I didn't see any Game Boy Advance games on the table, I'd skip out, and he would keep searching, cartridges and whatever. But as soon as he would see me in the next stall or whatever, he'd jump over there, and it's like, okay, I'm not... Eventually he blocked me 2 or 3 times from getting this stuff until he was done. Fortunately, I didn't find anything good. I found one guy who had the NES Classics cartridge for the Game Boy Advance for Donkey Kong, and then right next to it, the NES cartridge for Donkey Kong. And I said, how much for the Donkey Kong? He's like, which one? And I'm like, God damn it, that means he's going to have a high-ass price for one of them. I said, just the Game Boy Advance one. He's like, $20. That's what the game retailed for 8 years ago. And then I said, okay, how much for the NES one? $40. They're not rare games, for one. So let's cut the crap. I have most of the NES Classics line anyways. Donkey Kong's not one of my favorite games, but I wanted to have a full set. Anyways, eventually found one guy, happened to have Wario Land 4, which I never played the Wario games, but pulled up my phone, did a quick review, and went, hey, it's got 4 stars, I'll take it. How much you want? He's like, $5. Alright. Well, because my SP wasn't charged, I couldn't test it. When I got home, charged it, it don't work. It's I didn't even realize that the damn cartridge was corroded and messed up. So I'm out $5. The third and final thing I was searching for this week over the weekend was back in 1994. For Christmas, my parents asked me, what do you want for Christmas? I said, you know what? Since everybody's insisting I need to leave my childhood behind, I want the 4 original Ninja Turtles figures and the Turtle Van. That's all I want. My parents are like, you're too old for that. I'm like, I don't care. That's what I want. I never had more than one. I only had Raphael from the original line. Always wanted to have Master Splinter, the rest of the Turtles, Shredder, Rocksteady, and Bebop, and April. My brother had Rocksteady. Now, I had other figures. I had the Ace Duck Pilot, whatever his name was, and the skateboarding gecko, and the frog. Ironic on that one in a minute. So then eventually my parents gave me the set, and I was super excited, super happy just to have all 4 turtles finally in my hands. Well, about a year ago, going through my stuff here at the house, my wife found my old toy box, like a little box that my mom kept. I have no idea she kept it. But it was just a bunch of my toys. A bunch of random action figures that I used to play with, random little things here and there, including my Darkwing Duck toys and stuff like that. And what happens to be in there? My turtles. Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello. I have had Raphael twice at this point in my life. One, the first time I bought it, and then when I got the set. 2 Raphaels, and somehow he's the one missing from my collection. So the hunt was on. And the ironic part was, I found the frog. I can't remember what the name of the frog was. At the swap meet for $1. I didn't pick it up. I wanted more. I wanted a bundle. Like, give me like 10, 20 of them. I'll give you 10, 15 bucks. And I didn't care if they were used or not. It's like I just wanted a handful of figures. But I want Raphael. What did we keep finding all over the shop? Raphael! Raphael from the 2008 movie. Raphael from the 2003 series. Raphael was spinning action. Every version of Raphael I could imagine. None of the cool ones like the Star Trek ones or anything like that. Just the most random obnoxious ones and just not the one I wanted. So, anyways, let's get on with the news since we're at 10 minutes and I'm going to make these quick. Also spent some time playing. Also, quick review. Played Stick of Truth. It's freaking awesome. Dear God, some of that stuff I can't play in front of my girls. Dear God, the Underpants Gnomes quest. Uncomfortable. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm super uncomfortable, and that's after the abortion clinic. And this is before the abortion clinic. I'm not. That didn't make me uncomfortable. The Underpants Gnomes quest and fight made me uncomfortable. Ugh. It's still a great game. I love it. Best RPG I've played in years. With that said, on to the news. Really quick, 2 Google stories. First and foremost, Google announced that they will be keeping all control of the look and feel of Google Wear, Google Auto, and Android TV products. Meaning you cannot dramatically change the user interface. You cannot dramatically change the feel or the look of the device dramatically. It has to stay in a certain theme. Excuse me. But they will allow for customization by major companies. Companies like Samsung and such that make their little watch devices. And go ahead and add special apps and programs and such. And special features that are unique to them, but they have to keep the feel and the look of the device across the board. Which is ironic when you consider that the Android platform itself. I've owned 3 Android phones in my entire life. Well, 2. One was a loaner. I hated all 3. Including, I own the original Galaxy S. Super happy when I got it because I got a good deal on it. It was like half off the regular price, even with new contract. And I was excited at first, but then the battery sucked. Well, then you come to find out that Android has all these varieties and versions of the same OS. You could be on cupcake or gingerbread or whatever the hell pastry they want to call the new one. And still have a completely different phone from your person sitting next to you because it's made by a different manufacturer or same manufacturers, different providers. So it's annoying. So now it's nice to see that they're gonna with the Android Wear, Gear, TV, and Auto, all that stuff. They want a straightforward platform. Keep the user interface clean, the way they made it. You can add your widgets and stuff, but you cannot change the major core of the phone. The problem with Android is a lot of times the phones are made cheaper, aka less stuff put in them, cheaper parts put in them, and they break down faster. Can't say that about the iPhone, can you? I love my iPhone. In fact, I gave my daughter an iPhone over the weekend, and I gave my other daughter an iPhone on the 1st, which is tomorrow. She's happy. But then I realized the fun part was that I told my daughter, "You can have my old iPhone." Well, they did a master reset over, the channel, and all of a sudden my old phone that wouldn't ring starts ringing. I said, "Yeah, give me that. Give me my 16 gig back. You can have my 8 gig. We had them switched. So now I'm happy I got my 16 gig phone. It now works. And she's got an iPhone. She's happy. She doesn't care. My other daughter was like, "Hey, why did I get an iPhone?" I said, "Well, because your upgrade's up in July. July 1st. That means Tuesday. I will happily get you a phone on Tuesday." So then, staying within the Google story, it's nice to see that Google's finally taking a little bit of ownership on their product, so I'm glad to see that this will not be the same. I wish that there was some compatibility. I would like to get one of the watches, but all the rumors are flying around that Apple will have a watch coming out soon. I say the old iPod Touch Mini that you could strap into a phone strap, a watch strap, it worked the same way, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. I'm probably not going to buy one because it's going to be expensive as hell. But you better believe that if Apple's working on it, it's going to be innovative, it's going to be fresh, it's going to be freaking mind-blowing and amazing. And worth about $500. Moving on, last story. One more Google story, and this was an interesting one, but I can keep it short. Timer is killing me. I went too long on the swap meet story, which I don't care. I had blast with my girls. Last but not least in the news, Google once again, this time in the UK, they banned Google Glass. You cannot be in a theater or auditorium wearing Google Glass. Can't pirate. Basically, they stated that Whether or not the show or the movie is playing, you are not to wear Google Glass. If you are caught wearing them, you will be asked to leave the theater. You may get a couple of warnings like, hey, please take that off. Okay. Hey, take that off. Nope, get the hell out. The funny thing is that I see this being a trend here in the States. The problem being that I don't think a lot of people are familiar with Google Glass just yet here in the States, or at least know what it looks like. I've only seen one pair at WonderCon so far, and it was a quick like, huh? Like, oh yeah, it's Google Glass. And when I asked the guy, he was like, oh yeah, for sure. And I was like, that's the last time I've seen one. I know a few people want them, but this is what you gotta keep in mind. You can't have them on while you're in a theater, and I see that becoming a trend worldwide. It's only fair. Google, you're gonna rule the world one day. Please don't cancel my show. Alright, that's it for the news. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Monday. Have a happy rest of the week. Thank you for joining me once again. I know it's tomorrow's July 1st. I will have the Comic-Con video up very soon so you can enjoy it for the rest of the month. With that said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one, tomorrow, or whenever that is. But until then, do yourself a favor. Enjoy your brew. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for staying to the end of the video. And of course, thanks for sitting through my entire Swap Me sharing process. Whole 10 minutes of fun stories. Anyway, so the questions become not a lot. So, Stick of Truth. I gave a quick review. What do you think of the game? Let me know. Share in the comments. I haven't finished it yet. But to me, it's one of the best games I've played in a long time. And I only rented it, so I gotta return it today or tomorrow. I don't know. Probably tomorrow so I can finish it. But I played as a Jew, so I've gotten all the Jew class related achievements so far. So with that, more questions. Google Gadgets, Google Wear, Google Auto, Google TV, or Android, whatever you want to call it. What are your thoughts on them? Are you gonna buy a watch? Are you gonna have your car enabled with Android Auto devices, maybe self-driving capabilities at some point? Who knows? Let me know what you think. Let me know what your possibilities you think might be, or let me know how much you hate Android and how much you love Apple. Doesn't matter. Leave a comment and interact. That's the fun part. And last but not least, the Google Glass controversy in theaters. Do you agree or disagree? I think it's a great idea. I think it's only fair for people to be asked to put away Google Glass. You can't pull out your camcorder. Can't pull out your camera phone. It's only fair to ask that people turn off and remove their Google Glass glasses. Let me know what you think. Put down in the comments. And of course, the subscribe thing, do the like and share thing, do the thing. That was terrible. But thanks for tuning in, and as always, appreciate it every time you come and join me. And of course, till next time I see you, from the bottom of my heart, take care.